Live from Studio D in the 3rd Ward in downtown Milwaukee, this is Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders.
I only have one thing that needs to prep, which is cut the croissants.
Okay.
And I brought a bunch. I think I had said something about bringing hot sauces.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you want to do with them. But
I have a couple of...
Beautiful. I make my own chili crunch, so I brought that.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Secret ingredient.
There we go.
And then since I will make one dairy-free for all of those people like me.
All right. It's a pro.
You know, when I went shopping for these, you were mentioning how croissants can mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
Well, for the first time ever, the bakery section had a square croissant.
And these are secondaries?
That's for those who live the life that I've been succumbed to, which is forcibly dairy-free. I still believe that everything in the world tastes better with melted cheese on it. But there is nothing better than a grilled butter croissant, right?
Pretty much. Do you want to, we can put them on the griddle or we can toast them in the oven?
Usually I griddle them at the same time, you know, like
We got 2 griddles and...
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, so I got some pan with olive oil.
Beautiful.
Avocado oil, actually.
Quite frankly, even better, believe it or not.
Yeah.
If you were on your own show, what would you make?
Oh God, I don't know. That's an excellent question. I'm not sure. So once we get this, we'll get organized. We're pretty much ready to go.
So this is the entire filming crew.
This is it.
Well, I gotta tell you, you put together a nice looking show for it just being you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we'll get organized. Hi, I'm Charlie, and today on Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders, my guest is Mark Shapiro.
Mark, good morning. Very nice to see you.
Good to see you. Mark is the president and CEO of the Jewish Community Center, JCC. The official name is the Harry and Rose Sampson Family Jewish Community Center.
You got it.
But for sake of brevity, we're just going to say JCC whenever we...
Yeah, it's one of those where you kind of put that in the first part of the contract, and then it says, to be known as JCC. The rest of the
so we'll get to JCC in just a minute, but let's start where we usually start at the beginning. We'll talk about growing up. So I know you were born in the Chicago area.
Yep.
Grew up in Highland Park, northern suburb.
As I like to say, don't hold that against me till you get to know me better.
Right. So talk a little bit about your growing up years before heading off to college.
Well, I grew up in the same house I was in until I left for college. I grew up in a really nice little suburban area. Older brother, my brother Joel, my sister Helene. I'm the baby of the family. My dad was a pharmacist at Walgreens for pretty much his entire career. My mom was a school teacher, actually at a Jewish day school. I lived in a pretty simple, easy upbringing. It was a little bit of a shock when I went to college that, the world wasn't exactly as it was in suburban Chicago area. I went to school. I went to high school. I had a really, when I look back on my childhood, and I know that that's not the case for everybody, I had a really good base. I've had a really good life. I feel very blessed about the experience. My mom and dad loved each other, and they taught us how to fight, too. Right. My brother and my sister and I, we love each other, and we pick on each other. But if anyone from the outside says anything about my siblings, you better be ready to drop the gloves. Right. It was a pretty easy life. My parents were very sure of how life was supposed to be. Growing up in Highland Park, I grew up on the other side of the railroad tracks, and not necessarily in the very wealthy part of town. But I never felt like I was not as, I was never needing for anything. And now, living a life, especially in today's world, I realize just how blessed my childhood was.
Oh, good. So you head off to college. You end up at Indiana University studying psychology.
Yes.
But you left after your sophomore year. So talk a little bit about that experience and how it actually led you to be a lifelong learner.
Yeah, so I love the word left. I don't know that it was exactly my choice. The university and I reached a mutual agreement that it was best for me to take a semester off. All joking aside, this was a huge pivot moment in my life. Often people will say, if you could go back and do it differently, would you? Not at all. Sometimes you have to embrace the challenge that comes your way, even if you're the reason that challenge came. Second semester sophomore year, after pretty much first 3 semesters in college of straight A's, I forgot to take 5 of my 6 finals. Air quotes about forgot. We can always talk about the fact that the one class that I did complete was abnormal psychology, and I got an A in that one. There was something going on in my life at the time of I felt like I was on a track that I didn't choose, but my community, my family, society had put me on. My brother is a lawyer, my sister's an accountant, and it felt like I needed to become a marketing professional or whatever it was. And so I thought I'll blow up my own life to try and change the course instead of just simply saying to my parents, I don't want to keep doing this. I didn't think it would be okay. Later, I found out that they had sensed something was wrong and were going to suggest to me to think about it. But at this point, the university said, go home, reevaluate your educational goals, and held a space in the spring semester. But by then I had gotten a job and had started off into life and never went back. I never graduated from college. I'm not proud of that path that I took, but I'm exceptionally proud of what I did with the path that I ended up on. So
you mentioned that you got a job. So talk a little bit about your early career leading up to going to the JCC.
Yeah, a pivotal moment for me was definitely I was at home lost, trying to figure out what to do, living with my mom and dad who weren't really happy with me. And I can remember my dad coming home and saying, so what are you doing? You got to get a job. And I said, I'm trying to find myself. And my dad was a much more practical and pragmatic man than the find myself kind of person. And he grabbed me by the ear, pulled me off the couch, walked into the bathroom, turned on the light, pointed in the mirror and said, ha, I found you. Now go get a job. And I remember saying, I don't know what I want to do. And he said, most of us don't know what we want to do till we do something. Try it. If you hate it, quit and then do the next thing. And I don't know why that hit me. I mean, it probably was because my ear was hurting, and so I was paying a lot of attention. And I went and got a job working at Ed DeBevick's, actually, the Lettuce Entertain You restaurant, and that kind of started a career in food service. Worked for Lettuce Entertain You. I worked for the Houlihan's restaurant group, and I loved it. I found a real passion in making food, the concept of servant leadership, which Rich Melman, the CEO of Lettuce Entertain You, was all part of his idea, was this inverted triangle of servant leadership. And I've carried that with me through all my jobs, all my career. And for most of the people that know me, when they find out that I worked at Ed DeBevick's, they go, yeah, you did. My name was Fuzzy. If you think I have a full head of hair now, you should have seen it then. And I was at a place where I was being paid to be sassy or a smartass, and that was fantastic. So,
well, fast forward 2004, you end up going to the JCC.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, you assume the position of president and CEO. So talk a little bit about the JCC, its role in our community, and some of the things that are happening to help make our city a better place.
So for me, the big pivot was actually to spend almost 13 years as the director of an overnight summer camp, which was my first foray into the JCC world in Chicago. I was really blessed to get to be with an amazing team at Camp Shy. Met my wife there, our kids were born, and I knew that this was what I wanted to do. I used to own a trucking company, had a number of different paths. Coming here to Milwaukee was this realization for me that community can look so different in a community the size of Milwaukee than it was in Chicago.
Right.
And fell in love with the idea of being able to lead community, the pressure of it, but more importantly was the impact of it. And so when I had the opportunity to become CEO, I needed to figure out what was going to be my statement. And with an amazing leadership team, we looked at this concept of what did it mean to partner to build a healthier Milwaukee, recognizing that healthy is a very different word to different people.
Sure.
But make some food that I'm not exactly sure would be on the health list, but the health
going to eat it anyway.
Yeah, we absolutely are. State of the heart versus state of the art. Just the idea of that community does come from helping people find joy in the things that we do. And when we made a commitment to trying to partner to build a healthier Milwaukee as a Jewish community center, we needed to think bigger than just the Jewish community.
Right.
And this was not an easy concept to put out to the Jewish community when I was here in the earlier years of my career, 04, 05, 06. It was the idea that the Jewish Community Center, I always say, had a Jewish community, comma, center, that my job was to add another comma. That there was the Jewish and the community, and we would be the center of it all. And that focus became, how do we do some fundraising collectively with other organizations? They don't all have to be Jewish. We're a community center for everybody, guided by our Jewish values, here to serve Jewish community, but we need to not make ourselves separate. There's a Jewish saying, the Hebrew is al tifrosh min hatzibor. We're not meant to separate ourselves from our community. But when you make yourself just the Jewish community center, you are separating yourselves. Right. So I launched a fundraiser that we did for a number of years until COVID called Laugh It Up Milwaukee, where we'd bring in big name comedians. We would partner with, the first year we did it was Gilda's Club, and then Special Olympics, and we brought in Seth Meyers, and we brought in Martin Short, and we did this for about 7 or 8 years. And Bayshore Town Center was actually one of the big funders, all those quarters that you used to drop in the parking meters.
Right.
So this was at a core the concept of we needed to get bigger than ourselves, and you can't build a platform for a sub-community on top of a broken community. And Milwaukee is in lots of ways still fractured. Broken is to claim that we're not growing and improving, and I think the leaders of Milwaukee are doing they are doing a really strong job. That doesn't mean there aren't enormous gaps, but it's those chasms and gaps that the JCC really tried to double down on. Our Jewish Community Food Pantry. We've been doing this for almost 50 years, corner of 29th and Center, serving more than 20,000 people a 3-day supply of emergency groceries. But about 3 or 4% of those people are Jewish. We're the only place with strictly kosher food, but we're serving the whole community. Our early childhood program is a Jewish community early childhood program, but only about 50% of the kids are Jewish. Everyone can be on a Jewish journey. You don't have to be Jewish to have a Jewish journey, is one of the things that's been a tagline of ours. So these have been some cornerstones of what we've done and continue to be working hard to do, even in the face of what is now rising anti-Semitism, rising hate, and we're trying to recognize that maybe we could identify, I don't know, like the 98% of everything about us that's exactly the same, instead of focusing on the couple of percents that are different.
Well, that is yes. I'll leave it.
That's another podcast.
Right. I'll leave it at that. So, all right. So, we call this Serious People with Serious Jobs. Have a little fun. We're gonna have a little fun. So I want to give you one of our aprons.
Right.
I remembered today. So, Mark, tell us what we're making today.
Today we are going to be making my fried egg sandwich. Now I say the word "my" because I have perfected the 2-egg sandwich. Story goes back to my days at Indiana University, the ones that were cut short. But I lived in the Sammy house. We had a breakfast cook. His name was Bob. And there may have been a few nights that we stayed up and played euchre. There may have been some drinking involved. And the concept was party till Bob. If you could play cards and play euchre till Bob got there. Yes, the Bob euchre concept of he yet again is showing up in things right now. Then Bob would make you an egg sandwich. And for some reason in my head, I have a memory of the most delicious egg sandwich ever. I don't know if it actually was, but it sparked this idea. And I started making them. It's simple. 2 eggs, shredded cheddar cheese, a croissant, and the very important secret ingredient. And what it became was kind of a leadership opportunity for me. So pop-up breakfast for our staff at the J, where I make fried egg sandwiches. Every Christmas morning at the JCC, we have a pancake breakfast for our community. But in the back, I'm at the griddle making fried egg sandwiches for all the staff who come in on their day to volunteer. We go up to the overnight summer camp we have in Eagle River. slap out griddles and start making them. My daughters want to have a tailgate at the University of Minnesota where they were. You get a gas-powered generator and a couple of griddles, you set up a table and you make fried egg sandwiches. It's kind of become my signature. And for me, what's great about it is I love making food for other people and watching the joy when they eat it. And so far, everyone's been willing to be smart enough to tell me it's delicious, even if it isn't.
All right, so we're going to go back here, done a little prep work. We're going to put together the sandwiches, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to eat them.
I'm pretty sure we're going to.
Okay. All right, so give us a minute. We'll be back, and we'll start putting these together. All right, Mark, we're here at the stove, so let's take it away.
Let's start with, I think the best way to do this is griddles.
All right, so what do you have? What are you doing?
Well, we're starting with some kind of cooking spray. I'm a big fan of avocado oil or olive oil versus the regular Pam. Doesn't burn and doesn't stick as much.
Higher smoking point.
Yes, definitely higher smoking point.
Okay.
So, I hate to say it, but this is relatively simple. 2 eggs cooked on top of a griddle.
All right.
The
So we're cooking
single
the
most
eggs over here.
Eggs over here. This will be for toasting our croissant.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the plain old school butter croissant. Pre-slice them so they don't freak you out while you're in the middle of trying to get it done. This gets nice and crispy and buttery from that.
Right.
But this is it, man. This is my difference
secret
maker.
ingredient that we
It is
refer
the
to.
Lowry seasoned salt.
Okay.
This one happens to be 25% less sodium. Fine either way. If you've never used Lowry seasoned salt, it is, in my opinion, the only actual seasoned salt out there. I do not work for Lowry's. I'm not paid by Lowry's, but just thought I would make sure that you understand how important I think it is to the entire process. So let's see if we can get 2 of these going at the same time.
You want to bet? All right, so we got egg.
We're just gonna do one sandwich
Egg.
at a time.
All right.
Oh,
So we got.
we're a little high on that heat. We'll come down a little bit.
Yeah, we have turbo burners.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are rocking and rolling. Now, there's always that choice. Do you like yours a little well done? Do you like yours still a little
I like
gooey?
mine to have a little runny so it gets
Little
all over
runny.
the
We
bread.
can definitely get there.
All right.
Now, I personally, and this is up to you guys, I'm a big fan of a little poke.
Okay.
Helps to spread the yolk out as you're going through. We let this cook for a moment.
All right.
I like a good, either a sharp or medium shredded cheddar cheese. I guess you could probably use slices if you wanted, but cheddar helps, the shredded part helps it melt so that by the time you're ready to eat, you go with it. We'll throw in a little curveball. About 12 or 13 years ago, with the doctor's recommendation, I went dairy-free. So, while there is no substitute for the croissant and for cheddar cheese, if you are stuck, like me, a nice little Kaiser bun or something, and some well-made chow fake cheese.
It's
So when
non-dairy
it's-
cheese.
Yeah, so when it's our turn to sit down and eat together, you can count on the fact that I'm going to join you because I had to come up with my own plan.
All right. So we're going to flip these.
Get this egg just quick and easy flipped over. Of course, not going quite as easily
we
as
go.
I want, but first one out.
There we go.
There we go.
All right,
Nice
how we
and
doing on
easy.
the buns there?
Let's take a peek. We're getting a nice little crisp here. I think we might want to turn that up.
All right.
And, when you got a big group, I was telling before, for each of our daughters, they wanted us to come up and do a tailgate their senior year. And one of the games we went up for was a noon kickoff. So the tailgate started at 9 a.m.
Right.
And we brought an electric griddle and figured it out. It was kind of very Wisconsin of us.
Very.
Outside making Bloody Marys and drinking beer at 9 o'clock in the morning, firing up the generator and having it go off that way. So, for me, this brings back a lot of memories. And not just the memories of where I learned about it from college, but by the way, we did a flip back to the original side.
Okay.
Heaping the thing of cheese on each one of the eggs, and right after you do it, you stack them. Bun on top to start melting. Let it sit there for a minute. This one's all nice and toasted, so we're going to throw it down.
Yeah.
Let it heat up a little bit there. And,
So that's one on top of each other. Okay.
double stacked, a little bit of that Lowry seasoned salt. But I can actually have these memories of not just the fun of being with my friends, playing euchre all night, and then all of a sudden getting the joy of this egg sandwich. But for me, it's kind of become a thing. I love that people ask me about it, want me to make it. I love that it's something that I can do that makes people feel special, or that it's just for them in those moments.
All right, so
When we talk about the leadership concept, I love the fact that the staff at the J, they feel like when I make the egg sandwiches on Christmas Day or other times, they're not available for our members. They get pancakes and the other things just for them. And picking one item, kind of becoming the signature of what you do, has become strangely like this leadership opportunity for me. And there it is. Maybe not as well or as runny as you want, but
it works.
2 beautifully cooked eggs, some cheese, and that's what we made.
All right, so we're feeding a few people today, so we're going to go ahead and put the rest of the sandwiches together, and then we're going to go back to the table, and we're going to have to sit down and eat them. And I think Mark has some, we'll show you when we get there, but we've got some different hot sauces and chili sauces and all kinds of fun stuff to put on. So give us a minute to finish up, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, Mark,
It's eating time.
tell us what we got here.
All right, well, this is the 2-egg fried egg sandwich. We have a just plain old-fashioned from the bakery butter croissant, nothing special about it. Although, let me say, I think that butter croissants are special all the time. Slap them on the griddle and let the kind of caramelizing of that butter and toasting it. You don't really need much on there. 2 eggs. I'm a big fan of either the large or jumbo egg. Some shredded cheddar cheese, and of course, the most important thing, the Lowry seasoned salt. Sprinkle on top. And I mean, I think that something about this is the simplicity of it. Expectations tend to be, it's so simple, how great can it taste? Well, you'd be surprised. It all kind of comes together. A little bit of moment or two for the cheese to melt. I do want to say we also threw in the fact that you do not have to give up on deliciousness because you choose to be dairy-free.
Steaming. Tell us about this one, Truff.
Oh, Truff. So truffle oil, big deal in a lot of people's world. Truff is a hot sauce brand that makes varied flavors. The old-fashioned Louisiana hot sauce, another one of my favorites.
Right.
I will acknowledge that right now I've been a combination between the Chili Crunch. What got me into it originally was this Momofuku brand. This one happens to be their regular Chili Crunch. It's both hot and crunchy with the little bits of garlic and seeds. So, kick out to our friends here at the Spice House. I decided I would try their version of it. They actually sell it in a packet. You heat up your own oil and you make your own Chili Crunch.
From the Spice House.
So, yeah, from the Spice House here. So, hot sauce as you please. Although I will say I'm always a big fan of make sure you get a bite of it first before you heat it out too much.
All right. And this is Tom.
Hi, Tom. How's it going?
Tom is Mark.
We figured you'd be smelling the food and on your way down sooner or later.
It's all the way in the elevator, all the way up on the 5th floor. I swear to God. I thought it was donuts at first.
No donuts, it's egg sandwich. All right, so I'm gonna give her a taste. So taste first and then hot sauce. I don't know that it needs hot sauce.
That's what I'm saying.
So this is a dish that Mark has been making since college.
Yeah, it's again, it's this opportunity for me. I got these memories of it, and I want to say it's now become a family tradition. My daughters will send in photos. One lives in Minneapolis, one lives in Chicago. And I'll get a photo one morning of them carrying on the tradition, making the fried egg sandwiches. Because of the opportunity for me to go up to our overnight summer camp in Eagle River, Camp Interlochen. When I'm there, you've got a number of staff who have been eating camp food all summer, and I'll show up with all the makings to make fried egg sandwiches for all the staff and just sit at the griddle, make them all morning long. So it's fun for me to watch my daughters passing that on and making them for their friends also. So
We'll try the
Momofuku. Got to stir it up and get the crunchy stuff. Adds great flavor.
Tom, you want some hot sauce?
Which one you want to try?
Try this truffle.
The
It's
mildest one.
the mildest.
Well,
This
truffle, I've had truffle before. It was fantastic.
That chili crunch is the most mild of the ones that are here on the table. So how'd we do?
Delicious. So, Tom, these are double barreled. There's 2 eggs on each sandwich, one on top of the other. Wow, this was great. So, while you're finishing that bite, I will talk slowly and say thank you very much for coming today, Mark. No, thanks so much. Appreciate you taking the time on it's actually a beautiful Saturday morning, and that we talked a little earlier while we were cooking off camera that this is something that is very similar to many people who come on the show. Something from their youth, from their early years, where they remember something and they make it and they love it, and it's something that's ingrained in them. And this is exactly what this is.
Well, I will say what you've done is fantastic. You have given an opportunity, and I love watching it, right? I love watching leaders in our community coming and being off guard,
Right.
And showing the human side of it. And everyone that I watch seems to have something very similar, which is this is an outlet for almost the artistic side of everybody. But also, there is almost always a story behind it.
Right.
And to take the human side of anyone and to put it into leadership is a key to success. People just want authentic. And the reason why I love doing this, the reason why, it was funny, I asked staff around the J, so I'm going to be doing this, what do you guys think I should make? And unequivocally and without a doubt, everybody said, I don't even know why you're asking. You're going to make the egg sandwich. Right. And for me, the answer was, well, then it is exactly what I thought it was. It's the leadership opportunity to just do something that is joyful for me, but then if it's joyful for others and it becomes authentic. So,
No, it was
great opportunity.
It's great. You hit on a point that I think is very important to me, which I appreciate, that leaders who have very serious jobs get to come here and have a little bit of fun. Do something that, they're not on this is not a serious show where we're talking about issues of the world. We're talking about growing up in Highland Park and then, making egg sandwiches. So I appreciate you mentioning that, because that is pretty much what we strive for. So
it's awesome.
Anyway, thanks so much for supporting Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders. Each week we like to talk to one of our community leaders. We talk about the work they're doing in the community, how they're trying to make our city a better place. Then we cook something, and then we eat it. So, thanks so much. See you next time. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye. Thanks, everyone.
Tom, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. See y'all later. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders. Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders is brought to you by Cooking Secrets for Men, LLC, and was recorded in the 3rd Ward in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We feature and profile community leaders who are trying to make Milwaukee a better place. The tagline is, serious people with serious jobs having a little fun. Our guests choose the recipes that we use on the show. All of our podcasts are available on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you get great podcasts. The original YouTube video for this episode is available on our YouTube channel, Cooking Secrets for Men, all rights reserved. Thanks, and see you next time on Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders.